Hello there, it's Richie here, just doing a continue of a playthrough of Kerbal space program. As recall in the previous episode, started assembling the Grand Tour ship, and our plan was to take it to the Mun for refueling. Now the fuel situation did look rather dire in the last episode, but from what I guesstimate, we should just about be able to wing it to the Mun. Once there, we may have to use RCS just to get the orbit a bit better. Actually get into orbit and get it resembling something like a circular orbit. The plan is, once I get it into orbit, I'll send the two fuel engines to the side of it, and then refuel it from there. And then, obviously, demonstrate rather, maybe building the other Mun miner. The other Kethane miner, should I say. So, got an intercept there with 844.8 delta V. My total delta V is 1104, which will put me in orbit around the Mun about 810 kilometers up, which is good enough. What might have been a bit lower actually. Make it easier for refueling. Now ideally I'd like to get it down to about 100, something like that. Yeah, that's perfect. That way we can try and use the O-berth effect to try and just slow us down a tad. Now the O-berth effect is basically when a rocket's moving at high velocity. As far as I understand it, when something's moving at high velocity, it's able to change its speed a bit more easily. Not really scientific based, so I can't really explain it, but if you Google it, it'll give you a bit more information than I can. So I want to save every single last drop of RCS, because I will need it. First of all, I'll just position myself around so I'm facing the manoeuvre node. I will send Jebediah and Bill on his way. The thing does handle a bit heavy at the minute. It's not, performance wise, it's not too bad once the full Grand Tour ship's assembled. It's actually quite nimble, considering its size. We'll just point it towards a blue manoeuvre node there. Which is the direction it'll need to thrust in once it gets around to the opposite side of the planet. Also, I don't want to start thrusting now because I'll just crash into Kerbin again. So once that's lined up, we'll be on a merry way to the Mun. I'm going to guesstimate about a minute and a half of thrust. We should start thrusting about around a 1 minute mark. That should get me to the Mun. My estimations may be slightly off. Oh, there's only one we'll find out. And there we have it. Our burn to the moon's complete. What we need to do now is just sit back and enjoy the ride. So I think what I'll do now is I'll play some smooth jazz for your entertainment. And so there we have it. We've got the first stage in orbit around the Moon. Our next thing to do will be to start adding the engines to it. Instead of previously, 2 engines either side. And 2 of the Kethane miners. And I'll give it A, plenty of fuel, and B, plenty of thrust as well. Be enough to propel us around the system. Anyways, let's have a look at the engines themselves now. Okay, and here we have one of the 2 engines that make up the Colossus. Now you can see in the central stack this will be what actually forms the engine itself, using the large fuel pods from the KSP X pack, with of course the nuclear engine at the bottom of it. Now I'm using these quantum struts just to hold the outside tanks on in place, just so because the other struts can leave a bit of debris left behind, so it just makes it look a bit tidier, I think. Really got the bare bones with this as well. It's got the docking port on at the top, basic remote control module, RCS, of course MechJeb for guidance, and lastly we've got 8 sets of RCS thrusters just to help with the docking, and 2 RTG generators. Okay, now I guess I get on to actually launching this. Like I say, we'll be launching 2 of these and getting them to the Moon. So I think what to do to save you a bit of trouble watching this in real time, I'll speed up the videos as I do it. So we'll get on to launching these 2 to the Moon then. And there we have it. The Serenity pretty much assembled and ready to go. Could probably actually do my missions now as it is, rather than add the extra set of engines on now. But I think for just for the stability, I'll add an extra lander onto it, refuel with the one on the back, bring that back up to the mothership, and then use the Kethane to refine it into spare parts and make another Kethane miner, which I'll put on the opposite side. So, but for all intents and purposes, a major part of the assembly is now over, so I'm going to call it an end for this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode. Like, comment and subscribe if you like what you've seen. Thank you.